Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel, English for Everyone. Today, we have a special guest who will help us explore some fascinating and funny questions. Let's dive into this fun and informative conversation. Hi there. Are you ready to start?
Hi, John. I'm ready and excited to answer your questions.
Great. Let's jump right in. Here's our first question. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
I would choose the power to teleport. Imagine being able to visit any place instantly. It would save so much time and avoid traffic jams.
What's the most unusual food you've ever tried?
I once tried fried tarantulas. It was crunchy and not as scary as it sounds.
If you could meet any historical figure, who would it be and what would you ask them?
I'd like to meet Albert Einstein and ask him about his theory of relativity. I'd also love to know if he ever got bored of being a genius.
What's your favorite book and why do you love it?
My favorite book is To Kill a Mockingbird. I love it because it deals with serious themes, but also has memorable characters and an important message about justice.
Can you explain a scientific concept you find interesting in a simple way?
Sure. Gravity is like an invisible force that pulls everything towards the ground. It's why we don't float off into space.
If you had to live in a different era, which one would you choose?
I'd choose the 1960s. It was a time of great music, cool fashion, and significant social change.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
Once, I walked into a glass door at a cafe. Everyone laughed, and I had to pretend I was fine, even though it was pretty painful.
If you could have dinner with 3 celebrities, who would they be?
I'd choose Oprah Winfrey, David Attenborough, and Ryan Reynolds. Oprah for her inspiring stories, Attenborough for his nature knowledge, and Reynolds for his humor.
What's a hobby you have that most people don't know about?
I'm really into collecting vintage postcards. It's like having a little piece of history in your hands.
What's the most interesting place you've ever visited?
I visited the pyramids of Egypt. Standing next to those ancient structures was truly awe-inspiring.
If you can only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza. It's versatile and delicious, with so many different toppings to choose from.
What's one skill you wish you had?
I wish I could play the guitar. Music is such a powerful way to express yourself.
What's the funniest joke you know?
Why don't skeletons fight each other? They don't have the guts.
If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
I'd switch lives with a professional athlete to experience the excitement and challenges of their daily life.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Don't worry about things you can't control. It helps me stay focused on what I can change.
What's the most creative thing you've ever done?
I once built a life-sized robot costume out of cardboard boxes for a Halloween party. It was a huge hit.
If you could have a conversation with your future self, what would you ask?
I'd ask if everything turned out okay and if I made the right choices in life.
What's something you're really good at but don't often get to show off?
I'm really good at solving Rubik's Cubes quickly. It's a fun trick to surprise people with.
What's a movie you can watch over and over again without getting tired of it?
The Princess Bride. It's full of adventure, romance, and great humor.
If you were an inventor, what would you create?
I'd invent a gadget that could instantly organize your room. It would make cleaning up so much easier.
What's the weirdest dream you've ever had?
I once dreamed I was a superhero fighting giant chickens. It was bizarre, but oddly entertaining.
What's one thing you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
I'd love to learn how to cook French cuisine. It seems so sophisticated and delicious.
What's a tradition in your country that you find interesting?
In my country, we have a festival where people throw colorful powders at each other. It's a joyful and vibrant celebration.
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you at work or school?
During a presentation, I accidentally played the wrong slideshow. It had hilarious cat memes instead of my project.
If you could live in any fictional world, where would it be and why?
I'd live in Hogwarts from Harry Potter. Magic and adventure would make every day exciting.
What's a common misconception people have about you?
People often think I'm serious because I'm quiet, but I'm actually quite playful and love jokes.
What's your favorite way to relax after a long day?
I enjoy watching funny videos online and having a nice cup of tea. It helps me unwind.
What's a goal you're currently working towards?
I'm working on improving my public speaking skills. It's challenging but rewarding.
What's something you find surprisingly satisfying?
Organizing my bookshelf by color. It looks beautiful and gives me a sense of accomplishment.
What's a historical event you wish you could have witnessed?
I'd love to have seen the moon landing in 1969. It was a monumental achievement for humanity.
What's the best meal you've ever had?
A homemade lasagna from my grandmother. It was delicious and filled with love.
If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It's a timeless classic with so many different musical styles.
What's a fun fact about you that not many people know?
I once met a famous actor at a book signing and had a brief but memorable chat with them.
What's a habit you've recently picked up?
I've started practicing yoga every morning. It helps me stay flexible and calm.
What's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
I went skydiving last year. The freefall was exhilarating and unforgettable.
What's your favorite season and why?
I love autumn because of the cool weather, colorful leaves, and cozy sweaters.
What's something you find inspiring?
I'm inspired by people who overcome great challenges to achieve their dreams. Their stories are motivating.
What's your go-to comfort food?
Macaroni and cheese. It's warm, cheesy, and always makes me feel better.
What's a personal achievement you're proud of?
I'm proud of finishing a marathon. It was tough, but I proved to myself that I could do it.
What's the best vacation you've ever had?
A trip to Japan. The culture, food, and sights were incredible and memorable.
What's the most surprising thing you've learned recently?
I learned that honey never spoils. Archaeologists have even found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs.
I just wanted to take a moment to say a huge thank you for joining me today. Your support means the world to me, and I'm so grateful to have each one of you as part of our English conversation family. If you enjoyed our chat and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment, and share this video with your friends. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss out on our next conversation. Remember, we're all in this together, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep shining.